Canada's in the hot seat. Canadian Prime Minister paying a visit to none other than Donald Trump over there at the White House. And Donald Trump wants to remind him, never say never. Never say, when you're talking about whether or not Canada might be the 51st state in the US of A, never say never. I first got to just say, look, I don't really think we want Canada. I don't really care about Canada. I don't want to be responsible for Canada. But I suspect Donald Trump's method to the madness is, hey, we got a big border with Canada. And, they're up there in an area where we might want to have some presence in terms of the sea, etc. So that might be influencing his thinking. I mean, it's certainly influencing the thinking when it comes to Denmark. It's Greenland, which may not be Denmark's Greenland for long, if he has anything to say about it. Anyway, Canada is one of those. It's a lot of empty land. It's kind of a nice place. We usually get along with the Canadians, sort of. Well, unless you're from New Hampshire, in which case you have a certain built-in bias, dare I say, about the French Canadians. Yeah, you spend a summer in New Hampshire and you tell me what you think. I remember lots of short shorts. My mom used to call them Frenchie. Anyway, I digress. Canada in the White House today, and this guy's being told, hey, never say never, even though he's stumbling and bumbling and stuttering about how Canada's not for sale.
They get along very well. They like each other a lot.
Well, if I may, as you know from real estate, there are some places that are never for sale.
That's true.
We're sitting in one right now, Buckingham Palace that you visited as well.
That's true.
And having met with the owners of Canada over the course of the campaign last several months, it's not for sale, won't be for sale ever. But the opportunity is in the partnership and what we can build together. And we have done that in the past. And part of that, as the president just said, is with respect to our own security. And my government is committed for a step change in our investment in Canadian security and our partnership. And I'll say this as well, that the president has revitalized international security, revitalized NATO, and us playing our full weight in NATO, and that will be part of it.
That's true. And they have, I must say, Canada is stepping up the military participation because Mark knew, they were low and now they're stepping it up, and that's a very important thing. But never say never. Never say never.
Ooh, they're not going to like that back at home, are they, Carney? Never say never. So, again, he's kind of got this thing about Canada, Canada, Canada. I think it would be a lot for us to take on, but, stranger things have happened. It kind of is the 51st state already, right? Do we actually need to be responsible for it in any way, shape, or form? I mean, who the heck is going to defend them if somebody comes knocking, right? It's going to be the USA. So I think they know that. I'm not sure we get much out of it if we bring them into the fold. We may get some more headaches. Did you see the number of illegal migrants that were coming into Canada? They got a whole illegal problem onto their own, which we would then inherit. I think perhaps his thinking is, well, then you don't have them coming across the border, or we just strengthen our border and make Canada strengthen its. But it's certainly attracted a ton of attention, has it not? Trump does want you to know, though, no matter what, we are still friends with Canada. We're going to stay friends with Canada. They are our neighbor, our very sweet, foresty neighbor up there in Canada. Here he is.
Good to see you, Miss James. Thanks for joining us.
Oopsie daisy. That was Letitia. Another soundbite of her trying to insist that she's totally, totally innocent. But I digress. I want to go back to Canada because this was absolutely, positively hilarious. I thought it was actually darn funny. I thought it was funny because he's still saying to this guy, you know what, never say never. It could happen. So, hey, but he does point out, you know what, we will be friends with you regardless, even if you don't take our invitation to become our 51st state, and they won't. You are our friend, and we don't forget our friends. Here we go.
What's the top concession you want out of Canada? The top concession you want out of Canada?
Concession?
Yes.
Friendship.
But that's not a concession.
No, we're going to be friends with Canada. Regardless of anything, we're going to be friends with Canada. Canada is a very special place to me. I know so many people that live in Canada. My parents had relatives that lived in Canada, my mother in particular. And I love Canada. I have a lot of respect for the Canadians, Wayne Gretzky. I mean, how good, the great one. You happen to have a very, very good hockey player right here on the Capitals, who I have a lot of respect. He is a big, tough cookie, too. He just broke the record, and he's a great guy. And, you know, we had the team here, and I got to know a lot of the players. But now Canada is a very special place. Yeah, please.
And they have Tim Hortons, right? That's my favorite part about Canada. Anyway, my husband actually grew up rather close to Canada in the Buffalo area. So he's like a walking, talking expert on all things Canadian because as a little kid, he'd watch like Canadian TV. So like every Canadian song, every Canadian athlete, every Canadian capital, you name it. Anyway, we'll see. I do like Tim Hortons. And in Buffalo, they have quite a few Tim Hortons, their donuts as well. I'm being like sacrilegious, right? Dunkin' Donuts is supposed to be the favorite of a New Englander, but I gotta say Tim Hortons kind of has us beat. Just saying.